Joining us now to discuss the latest developments, retired FBI Special Agent Bobby Chacon, plus spokesperson for the National Police Association and retired Chicago area police officer Betsy Brantner-Smith. And back with us, journalist Melissa Francis in studio. Betsy, I want to start with you on this. Talk about these remaining 5 individuals, getting them. I know authorities down there, some believe they could be close by. I've heard other reports that, if they've had help, they could be out of the area. Where do you think this is going?
Well, 3 out of the 5 are considered extremely violent. They've obviously had some assistance, but very often when these types of situations happen, they really don't get very far. A couple of them were caught hunkered down in somebody's house. So I think that all 5 of them will be found and be found in pretty short order. The thing I worry about is if they do have access to firearms, that they're going to get into a shootout with police. Alive.
Yeah, Bobby, when you do have people on the outside who are helping, I would believe that would just help a little bit more of the getaway planning, get a few steps ahead. So if there were people on the outside helping with transportation and otherwise, do you think it is possible that some of these dangerous inmates are far outside of Louisiana at this point?
Katrina, I certainly think it's possible. And each day that goes by, I think that possibility goes up, the increases. I mean, they've seen the news. They've seen their co-escapees getting caught in New Orleans and around the area. They know there's a blanket of law enforcement in that area. So if they're watching the news and if they're, smart, they're going to get out of the area. So I think that every day goes by, it all depends on their financial means and the resources they have at their disposal. But as every day goes by, I think the chances of them getting further and further away increase.
Melissa, I find it interesting, the more we learn about the inside job that took place here. So, one has been arrested, 2 others on the outside that were waiting. Clearly, there was a plan going on, and kind of hard to stop that for, the administration down there,
we've seen a lot of, in our careers, stories like this before. I mean, who could forget Dan Amora? I think in this kind of situation, what concerns me is the idea that as the days go on, they get more and more desperate. I agree with the idea that they do end up being found not that far from where they started. But it is in that final encounter when there is so much danger, because when they've been on the run, when they've escaped from prison, they know they really don't want to go back.
Yeah,
that's dangerous.
That's a great point. And Betsy, to Melissa's point, I mean, also that's when, as you said, you have people who are very dangerous, who obviously are in prison for a reason, but they're also at that point, they're probably getting more and more desperate, more determined that they have nothing to lose. And so therefore, to your point, they can be at their most dangerous when potentially confronted at those last moments.
No, you're absolutely right. And especially if they've gained access to weapons, that can be a real problem, not just for the community, but of course for law enforcement as well. And I know the sheriff, she's very motivated to find these. The state police are involved, as well as federal authorities. We've got a holiday weekend coming up, and law enforcement is going to be hard at work trying to find these suspects. Remember, 3 out of the 5 of them are wanted or are in jail for either attempted murder or murder. And so these are dangerous individuals.
Bobby, last 20 seconds to you.
Yeah, I mean, look, we're all praying for both the law enforcement and the community at large that everybody stays safe as we apprehend these last 5. As Betsy said, these are very dangerous people. No one should take it lightly. Law enforcement certainly isn't. So prayers are with the law enforcement community that are chasing these guys and the community at large where they may be found.
All right. We wish them all luck and, of course, and to be very safe doing their jobs. Melissa, Betsy, Bobby, thank you.
Thanks for having us.